Oh, those brakes barely squeaked for a depth subtitles to the sound. My brakes squeak way louder than that when pulling out of the garage after it rained. Heck, my cat squeaks louder than that. Why does everyone love New York? Why does nobody show any love for any other place that they live in or enjoy being a tourist of? I've been to New York once before, and I was not exactly impressed by it. Then again, I'm not entirely impressed by the state I live in either. I am impressed by this view, though. I don't get out all that much these days, but when I was younger, I used to go on vacations with my parents all the time, but I kind of wish I was more into the beauty of nature back then. My friend used to take pictures of the sky, and they'd always be so pretty. It's like if you try to paint the sky, you can almost never get it wrong with the cloud formations and such because they can be so intricate and in depth, or barely there, and the sky itself can hold so many colors to it if you take the moment to just stare at it during different times of the day. I don't know, a bit of a tangent here. I just wish more people appreciate the beauty of nature more often than in video games or photographs, including myself.
Wow. Okay, fine. I'll go get my camera. Just keep being resplendent till I get back. How long was I gone on this trip? 3 days? Somehow it still feels good to come home to Vermont.
So she took a vacation for Vermont for 3 days, and now she's on her way back.
My camera is underneath all this. Car packing for dummies. Whatever you need most goes to the back.
This is almost a hidden object scene right here, Max. I'm not the tidiest person ever, but I highly doubt that I could leave my trunk space looking like this if I were to go on vacation. I'm OCD in specific circumstances. At work, people would always roll their eyes at me when I'm rearranging cardboard in one of the carts we place it in, but if you just throw crap in, you use up more room than you could have if you tidied it all up. It makes sense, okay? We're not making it look pretty just to make trash look pretty. But it doesn't hurt that it's easier to look at, and Max's trunk is not an easy thing to look at. Why the heck does she even have donuts stashed back here? The box isn't even hardly shut. Hello? One sharp turn on a winding road that we were on would have them spilling out of the box tipped.
This weekend was the height of my professional success. And I survived it on donuts and coffee.
Where'd she put the donut box? On the ground?
I always tell my students that a key to being an artist is a daily journal practice. Sometimes I even follow it myself. After last year, it was time to start fresh with a new journal.
I love the cover of this journal. It looks pretty and something I would definitely buy and never really use. I've always enjoyed looking through Max's journal just because she's a very artsy person, and I like looking at the sketches she likes to draw on the pages. Plus, it's easier to look through than the texts. But for now, there are 4 pages to look through to see where we're at in Max's life. You know what would have been nice? If we could hear Max read the journal entries herself in her head voice. Just like a little audio for each page to play. Instead, you get to listen to my voice. Do you know where else you get to listen to my voice? That's right, my Patreon. From me doing live commentary on games to the sultry sound of someone voicing the lines of a game for the listening adults. We've got free tiers ranging all the way up to tiers where you can write your own story for me to read to you, instead of these journal entries Max is giving us. I'm always intimidated when I'm starting a new journal. It feels like I'm supposed to be making some sort of grand statement, especially since I haven't had much to say since the storm that changed everything, trademark, last year. She's gone a whole year without writing anything in a journal. That's a long dry spell. Especially for her. Well, that's somewhere to start. Last year, it felt like everything was falling apart when my friend Sophie died. And then I found a world where Sophie wasn't dead, and a new ability to jump between realities. And then everything really did fall apart, until Sophie and I managed to put it back together. Did you, though? Chloe texted me after the storm. I wanted to write her back so many times, but I just couldn't find the words. I still can't. I think this journal is my attempt to find them. Maybe when I do, I'll be able to write her back. And who knows? In some ways, there's very little to report. Same place, same house, same life. After so many years of endlessly moving around, one adventure to the next, I've suddenly found myself, I don't know, cocooned? But in other ways, I've been going through a bit of a metamorphosis. When Yasmin asked me to teach full-time, I was shocked. I thought she was joking. But after attending a few of my workshops, she was confident I could do it. And here's the second shock. It looks like she was right. I love teaching. I care about my students and being the kind of teacher who nurtures them in a way mine never did, to put it mildly. Maybe that's enough. For now, it definitely is. But for how long? It's not that I feel stuck exactly, but is this what I've been building towards all this time? Am I ready to commit to this place, to this version of me? Maybe that's why I said yes when my agent Hazel, holy crap, I have an agent now, suggested I spend the weekend in New York. Maybe I can get my on the road fix while still putting down some roots. But then she sent me some interview questions in advance and ugh. Where do you get your inspiration from? Is it too weird to say that I'm inspired by death? Not inspired exactly. Driven by death? Defined by death? What the hell would someone say to that? Sorry about your weird life? Stop crying on my notes? Actually, this is a reporter, so the next question would be, then why is your work so much less depressing lately? No urban landscapes, no rusted rebar? You're even getting into portraiture. And yeah, I guess Caledon has been good for me. It feels alive in a way that doesn't hurt anymore. I'd already broken into every derelict building and bowling alley last year, so this year I just kind of learned how to live with the living again. See, this is why I don't do interviews. And here's the text screen. I've always hated reading through the phone messages in a Life is Strange game, or a lot of other games. It's not that they're difficult to navigate through or anything like that, but when you first enter the phone, you've got a ton of messages already. And then sometimes people are continuously texting you still, and it's like, ugh, it's so much. And I get that it's more realistic this way. You definitely are going to have messages already on your phone when looking into them and seeing who else is texting you, but man, it can be exhausting just looking through them all in a game. And saying that, I won't be reading the messages out loud. I know you're happy about that, don't pretend you're not. I'm happy about that.
I never responded to this. I should. Once I somehow figure out what to say.
The main objective screen is pretty decent to look at. You've got Max's screensaver on her phone on the left, portraying her love for taking pictures of abandoned, ruined things. And then there's just the objective. Simplistic. That does not look like a Max hat. That looks like an older lady hat. What would Chloe even say to her if she saw Max wearing that?
My agent Hazel said I need to look more like an artist. So I bought this hat. I think I'll stick to looking like Max. Some of my students take my class so seriously, it's intimidating. Loretta is smart enough to half-ass her assignments and get away with it.
I wish we could have seen the images they took with these notes. Also, does Loretta even know what she's talking about?
My manager Hazel is always looking out for me. And sometimes I want to kill her.
Dude, I love that picture of Moses. He's about to go full on werewolf.
My most trusted companion. One gallery showing, 3 magazine meetings, and 1 commission proposal. So of course I packed 25 different outfits.
None of them that we can even put on in this playthrough.
The further my life takes me, the more I find myself coming back to this trusty old friend. Nothing like a satisfying click, a soothing whir, and a toasty photo blossoming into view. The selfie I took just before this trip. I think I knew I'd want to hold on to this moment.
Am I the only one thinking that's a terrible looking selfie? She has her hand blurred in the pic, where she's holding the camera, and it's in the picture. I would think someone who's as invested in photography as her would admire a picture like this. The background is an amazing view, and I like how she's standing in the angle of the picture, but the hand...
Time for your close-up.
And now we get to take our own picture. I tried to move the camera high enough to get the guardrail mostly out of the picture, and I kinda like how it came out.
Something horrible is happening on campus. I've got to get back now.
I suppose it's a good thing we're already on our way back.